Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you? I'm Jana Ahmed Abdel Sadiq and today's model is talking about English. Now, the first question in this model is talking about my father dash television every day. When he say my father dash television every day, this question is a present simple. Why? Because the uses of present simple or the tense is habit or fact, right? And this question, it says every day, something that's every day, that means it's a habit. So that means my father dash television every day, it's a habit. Okay, every day we know that's a habit, but which verb we will use? It will be verb 1, verb 1 plus s. So that means the correct answer for question number 1 is B, watches. Okay, and question number 2 says you dash, or wait a minute, it will be better if I make a highlight for yes. Now question number 2 says you dash bring the innovation card to the wedding, but you can keep it with you if you want. Now in this question we will use the models, right? We will use this models down, which is 4 choices, but we will skip 2. Why? Because should and mustn't are obligations, so that means you must, but here it's not obligation. So that means A and B is not from the answer, or A and B is not correct answer. We have here now C and D, don't have to and can. Now which one will use, don't have to or can? Let's see can. First of all, you dash bring the innovation card to the wedding. Okay, but here we have but. You can keep it with you if you want. But here is for contrast between two sentences, right? Comparing between two, or not comparing, but it's a contrast. So that means the first answer, the first sentence, it will be negative or positive, and the next sentence after but it will be negative or positive. So that means we have after but here now, but you can keep it with you if you want. We have here the positive, so that means we will make in number 2, in the first sentence negative, but here we don't have can't. You can't bring the innovation card to the wedding. And also can't, it will be something that it will be obligation, right? You cannot, you can't. It's not the correct answer. So the correct answer for question number 2 is C. Why? Because it says you don't have to. So that means you have the choice to bring it or to not bring. You don't have to bring the innovation card to the wedding, but you can keep it with you if you want. So the choice is between your hands. Okay, now in question number 2, the correct answer for it is C, right? Okay, now in question number 3 it says I dash play football early in the morning for my endurance. My dash life is empty without football. Okay, now if we see the 4 choices, it says often, seldom, cute or hardly. First of all, cute, hardly, seldom, it's a bad word. It's not like it's something hard. So that means I can't or I don't want to play. So that means it's not the correct answers for C, D, and B. But for A, often means always. Have the same meaning for always or yes, every day. Or always, I always play football early in the morning for my injuries, or I often play football early in the morning for my injuries. So the correct answer for question number 3 is often. Now question number 4 says does the food taste okay? Now we have 4 answers here, which is no it does, no it doesn't, yes it does, or yes it doesn't, isn't. Yes it isn't. Okay, now here first of all, what is the question beginning with? Does, right? Not is. So the answer, which is including is, it will not be correct answer if it is or isn't. We are seeing the first word or the first which is beginning by the question does, right? So that means if it is no it doesn't, because no always takes the negative answer, which is no it doesn't, or yes it does, yes with a positive answer. But here what we have, no it does, no it can be, because no it's a negative, so that means we will use the negative word which is doesn't, not does. So that means question number A is not the correct answer. In B it says isn't, and the question starts by what? By does, not by is. So A, B is not the correct answer. In C what we have, yes it does. We have the positive answers, both of them are the positive answers, and we have does, which is the question starts with, which is does. So that means the correct answer for question number 4 is C, yes it does. Why is not D? Because it says isn't. First of all, it's negative. The second thing, it's not by which is the question starts with. So the correct answer for question number 4 is C, which is yes it does. Okay, now in question number 5, it says dash the phone rang. She was writing a letter. Now here are we asking about what? A thing, a person, or a question? Here we have a time. The phone rang. She was writing a letter. Okay, if we see the 4 choices, what we have here, which, when, who, and what. When we say which, it's for thing, right? For asking about things or objects. About when, it is asking about time, yeah? And who is asking about person. What is asking about question. So the correct answer for question number 5 is when, because when is asking about time, and here it says the phone rang when she was writing a letter. Or we can say when the phone rang, she was writing a letter. At the time when the phone was ringing, she was writing a letter. So that means the correct answer, which is talking about time or asking about time, is B, which is the correct answer, when. Now in question number 6 it says the flowers dash by the gardener every morning, every evening. Now what we have here, every evening. When we say every evening, that means a continuous thing, or we can say that it's a present simple, because it's a habit that's doing every day or every evening. And here what we will use is or are or were or was. First of all, it's a present simple, so that means we are gonna to use is or are. We are not using was and were because they are past, right? They are past tense or past verbs. So that means we will use is and are. That means A and D. Okay, how can we use is or are? Which one we will use, is or are? First of all, we will see the word which is before the verb, which is what? Flowers. Flowers here, it's a plural, it's not a singular, so that means it will take are watered. The flowers are watered by the gardener every evening. So the correct answer for question number 6 is D, are watered. Now in question number 7 it says dash does that car cost? He said what? He is asking about what? About the car or about the car cost, which is the money for the car. Now if we can see A, B, C and D. First of all, we have how much, how many, how big and how large. How much, how many, how big and how large, which one we will use for the question? First of all, if the question asking about the car, so we'll use C or D. But here the question is asking about that car cost. The car cost, not the car itself. So that means we are asking about the money. not about the car. So C and D are cancelled. Now what we have A and B, which is how much and how many. Now the difference between how much and how many is that how much is uncountable and how many is countable, right? And now what we have a money. Is money countable or uncountable? Of course money is uncountable. We can't count the money, but we can count the currency of the money. Now money is uncountable, so that means the correct answer, which is uncountable for money, is how much. How much does that car cost? So the correct answer for question number 7 is A, how much. Okay, now in question number 8, it says I will finish the task dash I have time. Now what we have here, I will finish. Finish here is verb 1, and will, it's also we can use in the main clause and if clause. Now if clause and main clause, how can we use them? There is a formula for them. There is a 4 conditions, right? Which is 0 condition, first condition, third condition, and third condition. First of all, let's see will and finish. Will plus verb 1 in the main clause. So that means in if clause what we will use? If, which is verb 1. It will be verb 1. So that means I will finish the task if I have time. So that means this question is from if sentences. We can't use unless, we can't use so or while. So that means the correct answer for question number 8 is if, or the choice B. Now question number 9 says the floor is dash little dash make braid. The floor is what little, what make braid? Something little. So it means too little. To make what? To make braid. So the floor is too little to make braid. The correct answer for question number 9 is D, which is too little to make braid. Now question number 10, it says open your exercise book. Have you, do you, will you, or could you? When he said open your exercise book, so that means something present. That means we will use verb 1 in this question. It will be will you. Open your exercise book. Will you? So the correct answer for question number 10 is C. Now question number 11 says I think we dash search for another hotel. I am not comfortable with this one. Okay, he said that he is not comfortable in this hotel and he wants to search for another one. Now for which application we are gonna to use? Shall, want, can't, or would? First of all, I think we shall, of course shall, because he wants to change the hotel. Why? Because he is not comfortable with this one. So I think we shall search for another hotel. I'm not comfortable with this one. So because of he is not comfortable with this hotel, he shall or they shall to search for another hotel. So the correct answer for question number 11 is A. Now question number 12 says I have dash seen this film, so I would rather see another film. I have dash see this film, so I would rather see another film. So that means he already see this film and he want to see another film. So that means he already seen this film. I have already seen this film. So I would rather see another film. So that means the correct for question number 12 is already. Now question number 13 says, would you go to the concert if I dash you a ticket? Would you go to the concert if I dash you a ticket? Now, as I said before, there is a formula for if clause and main clause. Now what we have here, if I dash you a ticket, we don't know what it will be the if clause, but we know the main clause, which is would you. Would you means would plus, or you can say verb to, right? Would you, it's a verb to. So that means we are gonna to use the same thing with if, which is verb to. Now, what is the verb to for give? Give, right? Give, gave, given. So the correct answer for question number 13 is gave. Okay, now question number 14. And question number 14 says, was it Martha dash organized a surprise party for her sister? Now he is asking about a person, right? And whom, whose, who, and which are the choices for this question. First of all, they can't be the answer. Why? Because which is using for asking about objects or things. So which are cancelled. Now what we have here, whom, whose, and who are asking about persons. But which one it will be the correct question or the correct relative clause for this question? We have whom, whose, and who. Of course it will be whom. Why? Because something that's it's belong for Martha. That was it Martha whom organized the surprise party for her sister? Yes. But if we use in place of whom, whose, was it Martha whose organized? It can't be whose. Why? Because whose, the sentence which is after whose, it will be belongs for Martha. But here it's not belongs. He is something that's organized the surprise for her sister. So whose is not the correct answer. And who also can be the correct answer. So the correct answer for question number 14 is A, whom. Whom organized. Now in question number 15 it says, he dashed the guitar a long time ago. Okay, is playing, has played, played, or plays. First of all, time ago or a long time ago, it's a past tense, right? And the past tense or the verbs that we can use here is has played. So the correct answer for question number 15 is B, has played, something past. Now question number 16, you dash water the flowers right now. They are completely getting dry. So that means it's an obligation that you must or you ought to. You ought to water the flowers right now. They are completely getting dry. So the correct answer for question number 16 is B. Now question number 17 it says, the shower dash tomorrow. Something it will be happen tomorrow. So we will use verb 1 with B with verb 3. So it will be repaired. The shower will be repaired tomorrow. So that means the correct answer for question number 17 is D, will be repaired. Now question number 18 it says, it was dash interesting story that I read it in one sitting. It was dash. What it will be? So an, sash, so, or sash an. First of all, we will use something that's have an. Why? Because here what we have interesting, which is the first letter is from the vowels. So that means we are going to use an. But with which one? So an or such an? Of course it will be such an. It was such an interesting story that I read it in one sitting. So the correct answer for question number 18 is D, such an. Now question number 19 says class begins dash 2 o'clock, don't be late. Here is saying about what? About time. So what we will use? On, at, in, or for? Of course it will be at, because at is for the time. On, in is for something that's on Sunday, for days, for months, for these things. But for, that something belongs to, or for time also, but by numbers. Here it's by numbers written by names. So here it is at. Class begins at 2 o'clock. Don't be late. So the correct answer for question number 19 is the choice B. Okay. Now question number 20. I like dash dress. I like her dress, or I like she dress. I like hers dress, or I like herself dress. Of course, she, hers, herself are not the correct answers. Absolutely, is not the correct answer. So the correct answer for question number 20 is her. I like her dress. Now question number 21 says, the game is dash amazing that we will never forget it. The game is dash amazing that we will never forget it. So, or sash, or to, or much. It will be so. Why? Because something that's we'll never forget it, and the game is so amazing. The game is so amazing. Why we can't use sash? Because there is no an. First of all, when we use an, it was for vowels, right? But here in the question, it's written sash only. It's not written with an. So that means the correct answer that's without an, it will be the game is so amazing. If it was there's an with sash, so it will be the game is such an amazing that we will never forget it. But the correct answer that without an is so. The game is so amazing that we will never forget it. So that means the correct answer for question number 21 is so. Okay, now in question number 22, it says the students style dash to take exams just after a month from now. The students dash to take exams just after a month from now. So that means it is a future. We are talking about future. And what is the verbs or the tenses that we can use the future or the present? Something it will be present from now until it will continue until the future. Of course it will be are going. The students and something that continues, right? So that means the students are going to take exams just after a month from now. So the correct answer for question number 22 is choice D, which is are going. Now question number 23 says watching news on television is dash listening to news on radio. Now here we are comparing between two, and when we are comparing between two, what we will use? We will use of course more, not most. So that means B and C are not the correct answers. We will use only A and D. Now in A we have more interesting than, and in D we have the more interesting. Of course when we use more always sticking with than, more than, because we are comparing between two sentences or two things. So the correct answer for question number 23 is A. Why? Because watching news on television is more interesting than listening news on radio. So the correct answer for question number 23 is A. More interesting than. Now in question number 24, this room is dash that room. What he is saying about this room is dash that room. So that means as big so, as big then, or as big as, or so big then. Here we are comparing, or not comparing, we are making both of them are the same, right? Because this room is as big as that room. That this room and that room are the same, but are the same in what? In big. So that means this room is as big as this room. So the correct answer for question number 24 is C, the choice C. Now question number 25, it says, if the man had kept physical distancing, he dash protected himself from the virus. Now what we have here, if the man had kept, when he said had kept, so that means had plus verb 2. I mean had plus verb 3, right? And in the formula, which is in the condition 3, right? It is a condition 3, the third condition that says in if clause it will be had plus verb 3, and in the main clause we will have would plus have plus verb 3. So that means the correct answer for question number 25, it will be would have. Why? Because would plus have plus verb 3, which is protected. So that means the correct answer for question number 25 is C. That's talking about the third condition of if sentences. Okay, number 26. Question number 26, it says, Helen dash ate bread with milk for breakfast when she was a child. Now he is talking about something that was happening in the past, but right now it's not happening. She stopped it from before. So that means we are going to use used to. Why? Because used to is something was happening before, but now she or he stopped it. So the correct answer for question number 26 is used to, which is choice B. Okay. Now the passage we are going to skip it because it will be better if you read it by yourself and answer the questions by yourself. Now we are gonna to only make the answers for grammar, for the grammar part. All of these things are passages and their questions. Now here it says sentence comprehension, right? Passages serve not always in page, no, there is no page, I think. Yeah, page 10. Page 10, question number 46. It's talking about comprehensions. Skip it also. Yes, speaking. Part 3, speaking. Now, from question number 48 until 52, it will be something like the part of complete the remaining part of the delegation given. So the correct answer for question number dash A, which is the answer for this question. Someone answer for this question, which is friend. Fine, thank you. Okay, we have 4 choices, which it will be the correct answer for this answer, the correct question for this answer, because we have already the answer for the question. But the question, we don't know what it was the question to find this answer, which is fine, thank you. It will be where are you, or how do you do, or how are you, or what are you. First of all, where are you is asking about where, the place. Where are you? I am in I'm shopping now, or I am the home. So it's talking about the place or about the time. Where are you? Or yes, the place. It's be better, the place. Where are you? But here it says the answer fine, thank you. So that means he is asking about you. How do you do? No. If you ask how do you do, the answer it will be the same. How do you do? But in choice C, it says, how are you? Fine, thank you. This for question number 48, which it says, how are you? So D, it can be. Why? Because it says, what are you? What are you? Are you asking about I am a girl or I am a boy? So what are you is not the correct answer. How are you? The answer for this question, it will be fine, thank you. So the correct question for question number 48 is C. Okay, and question number 49 says, Almaz, what do you think that should be done in our area? Pizza said, what? In my opinion, the weather is really changed, or I think the people's participation has stopped, or I believe that our area is boring plus there is no a good zoo, or I believe that facilities like parks and gyms need to be available. Now, Amos asked Pizza that what do you think? What do you think that should be done? That should be done in our area. First of all, in my opinion, the weather is really changed. No, it's not something should be done in our area. It's already that's really changed and it's physical thing. So it's not the correct answer. He's asking about what do you think that should be done in our area? I believe that our area is boring plus there is no good zoo. No. Yes, you believe this thing, but is this thing should be done in our area? No. Or it's already also done. So says I believe that our area is boring plus there is no a good zoo. Okay, now in choice D, what we have, I believe that facilities like parks and gyms need to be available. So this thing should be done. It's a new ideas and it should be done in our area. I believe that facilities like parks and gyms need to be available in our area. So the correct answer for question number 49 is the choice D. Okay, now question number 50, it says, Silam asked a question but we don't know it. And Mekonon answered his question that sure, it's on the third floor. Now what is the correct question that Silam asked Mekonen that Mekonen give him this answer? Sure, it's on the third floor. Now in choice A it says, can you tell me where I can find a dressmaker? Yes, this is absolutely the correct question for this answer. That sure it's on the third floor. He says, can you tell me where? Where? It's asking about a place, right? Or someone. It's a place, yeah. It's about a place where I can find a dressmaker. He said, of course, sure. It's on the third floor. So the correct answer for question number 50 is choice A. Okay, now question number 51, it says, teacher asks his student, which sport do you like most? Now what it will be the correct answer that student will give for his teacher question? I am a runner, or I like football very much, or I can play volleyball, or I haven't time to play. Now he said, which sport do you like most? The teacher asked, which sport do you like most? Of course, I like football very much. He is asking about which sport do you like? You will say, I like football very much. I am a runner. He didn't say, are you a sport student or not? I mean, like, are you a runner or not? Yes, I am a runner. No, I can play volleyball. He didn't ask you what sport can you play, or I haven't time to play, or when the time that you are playing football or your sport. So A, C, and D are not the correct answer. He's asking which sport do you like most? I like football very much. So the correct answer for question number 51 is B, the choice B. Now, question number 52. Sophia asked a question and Nolowait give for Sophia answer, which is I like orange and papaya, but mango is my favorite fruit. Now he said something contrast, right? I like orange and papaya, but mango is my favorite fruit. Now, is Sophia asking about how often do you eat fruit? How many times are you eating fruit? No. When do you eat fruit? Like the time? No. What fruit do you like to eat, or do you like eating fruit? The correct answer it will be D. What fruit do you like to eat? I like orange and papaya, but mango is my favorite fruit. This is the correct answer for the question, what fruit do you like to eat? So the correct answer for question number 52 is choice D. Now what we have here is jumbled words to make the meaningful sentence. From question number 53 and 54 are jumbled words. Okay, now what we have here, will, in question number 53, will gift you birthday on your nice I give. Okay, if we make it arranged, it will be I will give you a nice birthday on your gift, or I will give you a nice gift on your birthday. The answer it will be A. I will give you a nice gift on your birthday. So when we will arrange these words, all of these words, it will be I will give you a nice gift on your birthday. Okay, now let's see in question number 54. It says imaginary is the guy's middle the around earth of the equator line that an. Okay, now he says the equator is an imaginary line that goes around the middle of the earth, or the middle of the earth is an imaginary line that goes around the equator. Yes, the correct answer is B, that the middle of the earth is an imaginary line goes around the equator. So the correct answer for question number 54 is B. Now in question number 55 and 56 until 57, they are punctuation and capitalization. Okay, now question number 55 says, who is your English teacher? Or who is your English teacher? All of them are the same question, but which one is punctuation and capitalization correct? First of all, the nouns are always by the capital letter, right? The first letter on the word is capital. Like for example, English is a name, and E it will be a capital letter. Okay, now let's see about the comma and the full stop and the question mark. First of all, he says who, so that means we are going to use question mark. Now which one from the choices have a question mark? And in English we have E capital letter. The correct answer will be D. Who is your English teacher? Who always will take question mark because we are asking about person or someone. And English is a name, is a noun, and E is in its capital letter. So that means the correct answer or the correct punctuation and capitalization is D. Okay, now question number 56 says, I wonder why Selim didn't come there. Okay, the same thing. We will see the punctuation and the capitalization. Of course, I wonder why Selim didn't come there. Didn't come there. First of all, Selim, it's a noun, right? It's a name. So S it will be in its capital letter. And I wonder why, we will not use the question mark after Y directly. It will be at the last of the sentence. So that means the correct answer for question number 56 is B. Why? because I wonder why Selim didn't come there. And we have question mark at the end of the sentence, not in the middle of the sentence. Okay, now let's go for question number 57. The same thing, the Organization of African Unity was established in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. So the correct answer for this punctuation and capitalization in this sentence is B, the Organization of African. African here it's a name, so that means A, it will be in its capital letter. Unity was established in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian. The three words are nouns or names, so that means the first letter from each word it will be capital letter. So that means B is the correct answer for question number 57, which have the correct punctuation and capitalization. Now in question number 58 until question number 58 only, it says jumbling sentence and make a paragraph. Now what we have, they also keep a paired worm. This for A. For B, the feathers are strong and light to help birds fly. For C, the feathers of some birds are red, green, yellow, blue, and other beautiful colors. And for D, feathers cover almost every part of a bird's body. Okay, now if we arrange the sentence to make a paragraph, it will be how? First of all, we'll see the beginning. It will be the feathers of some birds are red, green, yellow, blue, and other beautiful colors, right? Yes, so that means C, it will be the first sentence. Then the second sentence, it will be B, because the feathers are strong and light to help birds fly. And feathers cover almost every part of bird's body. They also keep a bird warm. So that means the correct answer for question number 58 is C, then B, then D, then A. Arranging like this. So that means the correct choice for question number 58 is C. Okay. Now in question number 59 and 60, they are words but choose the correctly spelled. Like for example here, what we have in question number 59, in choice A we have marriage, in B educate, in C believable, and in D successful. Of course the correct answer for this one it will be D, which is successful, right? Because successful is spelled correctly. But believable, marriage, and educate are not spelled correctly. Now what we have here also in question number 60, we have variety, heroes, cafe, and babies. Babies is not correct spelled, right? Because babies there is I-E-S, not Y. Cafe there is double F. Heroes are not correct also. So the correct answer for question number 60, which is spelled correctly, is variety. Now that was the last answer for last question in this model, and I hope that you benefit from this model and understand how to bring the answers or the answers of this model. And inshallah in the next coming videos we are going to make more videos about models and how to bring the correct answer for the question, and to understand first of all the questions and bring the answer for the question. So I hope that you benefit from this video. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Goodbye.